All right, what's up, guys? Good morning, everyone. Wow, I'm telling you right now, this is going to be a crazy day. This is going to be an absolute nutso type of day. So, just trying to get some stuff together here. Let's look at the charts. Let's see what we got here. All right, let's look at this. POAI 3 million share float launches new AI platform for vaccine and drug development targeting coronavirus and acute respiratory syndromes. Okay. All right, so this would be, if I got in on this one, I would get on it for a long. We've already had 700,000 in volume today, so it's not overcrowded yet. CEMI. Let's look at this one. Easy to short. Roughly 16 million share float. Announced COVID strategic partnership. Okay, this is all. This is all. Let's see if this is a previous runner. Not really. Doesn't mean that it can't come up. Especially it being easy to short. That means it's easy to squeeze. So I'm going to keep CEMI on watch as well. Although it does look like it's losing levels. So not going to mess with it quite yet. APT cannot be shorted. Any news on APT? 16% short float interest. So that's enough to get it squeezed. Alpha Pro Tech sees continued demand for personal protective equipment products in response to coronavirus pandemic. Okay, so this obviously, I think, with the SPY tanking and coronavirus stuff on the loose, I think a lot of these are going to be good, significant, possibly significant long plays. TLSA, that was on yesterday. Let's see. Okay, so this one's kind of ramped back up. It's still sitting on. It safely held that 200-day moving average, and there's potential here for it IPO'd back in November of 2018. Seems like there's potential here for this to get past the previous day's high, which was at, let's see, 1050. Okay, could retest it. It could retest, but then you'd also you need to be careful because there might be some profit taking as it gets back near those levels. But again, it held that 200-day moving average. I mean, right there, wouldn't go below it. So this could be good for a long. This is one of those. This is a good. To me, I like this. I like this because you can take a conservative share size and you're not risking too much on it. But this could move big. I mean, this could skyrocket up to at least these levels up here, even if it doesn't quite reach previous day high. But this could also skyrocket through previous day high, hit all-time highs, and be very good for a long trade. So I kind of like what I'm seeing here. Announces pricing of U.S. follow-on offering of ADS raising 10 million. Biotech says that its TZLS 501 may be of use in treating coronavirus. It's 11 million share float. This might be one that I would even want to size in with, maybe even just with 100 shares right now. So I am going to go ahead and take position with 100 shares, just 100. I'm going to get in first right there. Let me take this off. This kind of bugs gets in the way a little. And I will consider adding if it starts going up. I'll add 100 share lots maybe at a time, but I'm really wanting to give it room to come back and test these levels before getting in even more. But we'll see. So I'm going to keep that on watch, and actually I'm going to put that at the top. This could be a good long play for today. INO, excuse me, INO and Codex are two other big players today. INO is continuing to make moves. I may actually try to take this long. We have broken out of all major key areas just about, I think. So 1150 is the next breakout point. 1152 roughly 1193, and then from there it could make a move up to 1290. Is that right? 1280, 1291. Okay. So INO, Codex is another one. So I'm going to put Codex, and I'm going to put, let's see. I don't want to watch too many of these at once. But I'll tell you what, INO would be the next one, then Codex, then APT, and then VIR. It's another coronavirus stock. VIR can make big moves off of conservative share size. So, yeah. Let's see. Let me get here and see if anybody is in the room yet. So, okay, good morning, Flip. Hope you're doing all right. You're buying JNUG this morning, going to hold it maybe for a few days, 25.10s. I'll check that out. Okay. Let's see. I don't know, man. This has broken some critical lows. It's come through the $30 mark. I don't know. I could see that continuing on a downtrend. So don't know if it will, but I mean, it could get a bounce back. It's definitely oversold, but at the same time, this could still drop severely with the way that the market is right now. And I obviously I understand it's a hedge play, but I don't know. There's so much fear going on. That's why even with these coronavirus stocks, like I don't know how high they can actually go. I really don't know how high I would expect them to go, just because you could have a lot of people even afraid to buy into these stocks and buy into the hype. I mean, they're losing money in one area of their portfolio, and but I don't know. I mean, this is, we're dealing with day traders, we're dealing with investors right now. We're dealing with the bigger picture. Everybody is involved with this stuff. Day traders, swing traders, investors, and it's going to definitely affect how some of these things play out. I personally would almost look for a short entry on this, at least intraday, but I don't know. It may hold 25. So, but maybe you're seeing something different, or seeing something that I'm not. So, I hope it works out for you, man. I hope this goes up. I hope this goes up, and I hope it is a good swing play, and maybe it'll get back up to at least retest the $30 area. Oh, okay. So you're in it for the long term. Gotcha. I hear you. I hear you. So you're gonna dollar cost average in. You're gonna buy a little as it goes down. Yeah. Again, you know, it's different. It's different. You know, a whole different mentality when day trading. So, guys, for those of you who are joining us, I've marked out levels on the S&P 500. Good to see you guys in here this morning. Sorry about the day yesterday. Man, yesterday was rough, and I know I had very little interaction with. I had very little interaction with everyone in the live stream. And I just, yesterday was just sloppy trading. Yesterday was one of those days that I wish I could just erase. I wish I could just erase it. Just really poor trading on my part. I could have, even SFIX, I went back and studied that trade. I mean, I really was not giving the stock room to breathe. I wasn't. I was getting myself out way too quickly on that one. It was definitely breaking through key levels. And, you know, I could have held on. I could have definitely held on to 300-400 shares and give it time to play out. So I even if it, where I was looking at my orders executed, I mean, I literally got stopped out right as it was about to roll over. I mean, it was just sloppy trading on my part, very sloppy trading. I wasn't really sticking to my strategy. And yesterday, honestly, I think I was trading not to lose. Instead of trading to win, I was trading not to lose. And those are two different, completely different trading styles. You know, one is you're more on the defense than anything else. And when you're that much on the defense, you're willing to take tiny little losses over and over and over again, and it becomes death by 1,000 cuts. And again, part of my strategy is letting the trades play out, not taking them too quickly. And because, you know, you're going to be underwater a good bit of money sometimes on trades, but if you know the trade idea is good, you need to let it play out. So yesterday was just, I was not a good role model for my strategy yesterday. And so anyway, today's another day. But I have marked out these levels on the S&P 500. We're sitting on very critical areas, and it's because we are tapping on levels that we had tapped on. Well, we broke through, first of all, back in December 2018. I mean, we just crushed right through that. I mean, guys, we're officially in major bear market territory. We have even gone down a whole another, I don't know, 7 to 10% since this morning. So we've got these levels right here marked out, as you can see. And let's see, why are these levels wonky? I need to get rid of. Okay, I'm going to remark these levels because these levels are looking sideways. So we have one here. Even these levels are looking kind of sideways. I don't know what's happened with that. I need to remark all of these. Okay, so this is a critical level. I'm gonna dash this out and keep it red. And looks like we've kind of broken that level. There's another level. We'll dash that one. And obviously, we do not want to break this level right here. But that, I need to remake this level as well. Here we go. So we're going to make this a solid red line. And then, man, this is really weird. Why is it doing that? Light speed bugs. This is making my job really difficult right now. You know what? I need to... Let me see. Wait a second. Maybe I can... Lines, horizontal. There it is. This is what I ought to be doing instead of trying to make it with that. Okay, so these are some levels we'd like to see it come back up against. I just need to get a horizontal line set on. Okay. Hopefully that'll fix it. Okay, does that fix it? No, it does not fix it. Okay. This is ridiculous. This is the one thing about light speed I do not like. Bear with me, guys. What's up, Soccer? Good to see you here today, man. Good to see you. So that's a key critical level. Let's see, lines, horizontal. Sauger says Lightspeed has an issue this morning and my buying power was 0. I had to call them and they fixed it. Okay. Glad they got that fixed for you, man. We got to be careful today, guys. We really do. I mean, we just need to be smart. We need to be wise. I am going to be watching the break of these levels. I mean, this could get ugly. So if it does get ugly, obviously there's going to be potential good opportunity on the TVIX. And whoever smashed that like button, thank you. Appreciate that. This is starting to move up. So I will be taking another 100 shares here. So we got 200 now at 532. And obviously I may even look for a pullback. I'm gonna let this one play out for a while. So I really feel like this has potential to crush high days. Now it does depend on what happens again with the S&P 500. We're in a very interesting place right now because if the S&P 500 moves in any one particular direction, it could definitely affect any one particular stock. So again, if you're trading some of the bigger names out there, if you're trading the Teslas or Twitter, Facebook, Apple, you know, AMD, Advanced Micro Devices, MU, Square, Roku, they are probably going to be moving in the same direction as the S&P 500. Okay, and so if we somehow get some kind of bullish sentiment, well, first of all, there is no bullish sentiment on the SPY right now. We are definitely in bear market territory. So most people are going to think that any bullish sentiment we see today is just going to be a bounce. It could be a bounce play. It could be short sellers taking profit. Right now, bears are in full control. The bulls have completely lost control on this stuff. But for us day traders, we do have to know, understand the intraday volatility and what direction the momentum's going to be in. So if the SPY starts getting some kind of bullish pullback, again, short sellers, taking profit. If it gets a good move up, we're probably going to see a good bounce on all of those bigger stocks. And it's very possible that on all these coronavirus stocks, they begin pulling back. Now, there's a few caveats to that. Number one, the coronavirus is still, the fear is real on this junk. Okay, the media is playing it up. Obviously, cases are breaking out. Obviously, we know that it is, it's kind of it's contagious. We get that. But still yet it's again, we've talked about this before. In comparison to the flu virus, in comparison to really, let's just take the flu virus. It's not it's still not even showing to be a fraction of a percent as deadly as the flu. So I don't know, guys. It's going to be really hard to say what's going to happen with those stocks. even if the SPY looks like it's bouncing, I still feel like these stocks could continue to run up just off of fear alone. But then at the same time, from a technical standpoint, we have to keep in mind to remember, like look at INO. There were people who were buying all the way up here. We've got bag holders on this. So it could make a significant run off, but then have a major sell off from bag holders who don't think that it's going to crack the all-time highs. So we just got to be careful today, guys. We've got to be careful. And that's really all I got. TLSA, for those of you who are just coming in, I'll go ahead and remind you, I was kind of buying down here. I started in with small share size. This is one of those stocks where we could really get significant move off of small share size. Here's why I'm doing it. Because we have held this 200-day moving average. This is also breaking up. This isn't Tesla, by the way. This is TLSA. Tiziana Life Sciences is, I'm guessing I'm pronouncing that right. Tiziana Life Sciences. So TLSA has held this 200-day moving average. It's a more recent IPO'd stock. IPO'd back at the end of 2018. So we're talking a year and some change. It's been on the market, and it could very well come in test these all-time highs. Now, same thing. Tiziana there could be people that got in up here that are going to start taking profit as it gets close to those levels. But I feel like, if I can get in with a couple hundred, 2, 3, 4, even average in 400 shares and keep that around, a 550 average, which I'm going to go ahead and add in again here. I think we've reached that point. So we got 300 at a 550 average. I feel like if it can break these levels up here and come up and test $7, $8 areas, I mean, that's going to be my day maker right there. That's going to be my day maker. Now, it may not. It may come all the way back and we may lose all these levels. It may not be able to push over 640, but I don't know. I think there's good opportunity for this. So anyway, good morning, Notre Dame. Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing all right. And again, I'll say it one last time for everybody who's here today. My apologies for yesterday. Yesterday was just a horrible day. I know I was not very interactive at all on the chat. I'll try to be a little bit more interactive today. And my trading yesterday was just horrible. I made a strong point here not too long ago that really yesterday I wasn't trading to win. I was trading not to lose. And I genuinely, looking back at my trades, that's how it was. So I'm going to try to definitely get back to my trading strategy today. I'm going to let these stocks play out. I'm going to let them play out as best as I can. I'll give them room to breathe. I'll give them room to come back. Now, obviously, if TLSA comes all the way back to these levels, I mean, I think even if it breaks down through 530, I'll probably want to get out just to see where we can go from there. So hopefully I can hold this past these levels, the full 300 shares. We'll find out, guys. So I will want to catch it before it goes into this halt here, if it looks like it's going to go into a halt. I will take off 150 at the break of I'll probably stop sell there. Okay. Pushing down, but I'm going to give it room to play out, like I said. Definitely going to give this room to play out, because like I said, if this starts getting bought up, we're going to be in good shape on this. Okay. All right, I've got to Okay. So we're losing the levels there. That's all right. And we're on a halt. So I'm stuck in a halt on that one, but only 150 shares. See what Codex is doing. SPY's making a bounce. Codex is falling. Could find support at 1450. That would be a strong area of support. This looks like it's struggling around these areas, so it might be good for a long. Very spready though. Let's look at APT. So stock is pushing, or the SPY is pushing up. Notigan says, honestly, I wasn't feeling that well yesterday, so yeah, I slept all day. Feeling better today though. Glad you're feeling better today, man. Yeah, yesterday was not just. I don't even. I can't. I shouldn't even try to talk about yesterday. Okay. Okay, INO looks like it wants to keep pushing. I may take a long on this, guys. I may go ahead and get in. I'll get in with 200 shares here in anticipation of the break. If it runs down to 20, I'll take some of those shares off. SPY's failing, so this could be good. Okay, it's pushing up. I want to see a stronger breakthrough. There we go. Let's continue to break. See if we can get a break up through 12. Can we get a break up through 12? Okay, I'm going to take half my shares off the table there. And let's see how far we can run up on this last 100 shares. I might even consider getting in again at the break of 12. Okay, it's pulling back, but I don't have any need to get out until it comes back to 39. So there it is. Okay, so it did come back. Let me find a place to get out if I need to, or add. I may add if it seems. Okay. All right. It's failing. So come out of that for now. Okay, that one's failing, so we're going to get rid of that. This one looks like it could continue to go up. It's in a halt. Okay. Oh, guys, I think the whole entire market halted again. So, interesting. All right. Notigan says, if we didn't have bad days, we would all walk on water. Yeah. True. Guys, the market has, and I'm going to come back to that note again. I got something to say about that too, man. Looks like the entire stock market has halted. So, wonder how long this is going to go on. Guess we'll see. Guess we'll see. I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be right back. Give me 1 sec. Okay, guys, I'm back. Yeah, this is interesting. This is very interesting. I'm going to be very interested in to seeing what happens. I can understand the halt. I mean, we're sitting on some really critical areas here. This is not going to be good by any stretch of the imagination. If we crunch through these levels, guys, I mean, look out, look out. And boy, if we break this level, forget about it. I'm serious. Like this is I mean, here's the thing. If you zoom out, I mean, if you really zoom out, we still would have a severe way to drop before any, I don't know. It's just it seems like it's just different this time. Seems like it's just different. Because I mean we were overextended. We were really overextended. But man, this panic, everybody, I mean, it's unreal. It's unreal. Time to go long on TVIX? Yes, Auger, that's I mean that's about what I'm thinking. That's about what I'm thinking. You know, here's the thing. I got S&P 500 up on a 5 minute here, and I'm going to try to get a good read on it. The problem is we came down so much that it's almost like you would want a retest of the hourly before you go on TVIX. TVIX is going to be very spready today, and it's going to move very, very quickly. Okay, and so if SPY comes back and gets a retest to this level, this is the hourly chart again. If it gets a retest up to here, this is where I might start adding in for a long on the TVIX. I don't know. I mean, the thing is it's the whole chasing factor. You don't want to chase because SPY could start cracking down through levels and then all of a sudden start to get bought back up. Even if it doesn't make an hourly high, this is a long way for it to get bought back up. This is a long way. It's not like yesterday. You see all these smaller candle bars. I mean, you could give it time to see if it was going to, if the hourly trend was going to change. Here, we're dealing with this. So I don't know, man. Today, honestly, I mean, if these trades up here don't obviously INO didn't work out. If TLSA doesn't work out, if I can't really jump on anything, I don't know. I think I'm just going to sit on the sidelines today. It's kind of like I was talking about yesterday. Yesterday, I really was. I was trading not to lose. I came into the market thinking, you know what, I'm up, $850 on the week after fees and commissions and everything. And I thought to myself, there's no reason to risk too much. But even though that's a good mentality to have, I did find myself trading more defensively than offensively. And you have to be a little aggressive. Even with a conservative trading strategy, you can be aggressive. you just take smaller share size so that you can add to that aggression. You can add to, the whole, factor of letting the stocks, go up and down until the trend starts working in your favor, and until the trade idea begins working itself out. I did not do that yesterday. Now, INO was the outlier. INO obviously just kicked my butt 10 times over, like it always does. I mean, even today, the one day I'm like, okay, let me go long on it. And what does it do? It kicks my butt. So, I mean, here's the thing. The other stocks that I was trading yesterday, they're definitely, a lot of them, I definitely could have been a little more aggressive on. SFIX was the perfect example. That could have been a $200-300 winner if I wasn't so quick to get out of it. I was playing too defensively yesterday. I was trading not to lose. And so I'm even carrying some of that into my trading today, admittedly, just because there's a lot going on right now, guys, obviously, if you hadn't noticed. I mean, this is big. This is huge. This is crazy. We are experiencing historical moments in stock market history. And I don't know. I almost, in a way, feel unqualified. I feel unqualified to trade this. Because, this is the one time where, even though we're technical traders, and yes, we watch the stock, or we watch the charts and pattern, this is a very unique time in history. We've never seen it react like this. We've never seen it act like this before, not like this. And so we have to take fundamentals into play. We have to take the fundamentals into consideration right now, probably more so than we ever had to. So, and yeah, you're right, Notre Dame. This has been a very fast transition to a bear market. And yeah, this is time to use micro size and just observe. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. No better time for that. And so this makes me believe that, first of all, I'm looking at my own psychological patterns. Trader psychology is huge. Just like yesterday, trading not to lose is a whole different mentality than trading to win. Okay? And it can completely screw up your entire strategy. And and so even right now, I have to factor in. Yeah, and you're right, Flip. Sometimes no trade is the best trade, and that's what I'm thinking about today. Because right now, I have to factor in the psychological patterns that are going on with what I'm seeing here. Again, it's like I said, for those of you who were here early on enough into the live stream this morning, even with stocks, these coronavirus stocks, you have to think about a lot of things here. Not only do you have to worry about the technical patterns and watching volume and price action and all that, but then you also have to think about, if this gets bought up enough, bag holders might start taking profits and pushing the price back down. But then you also have to wonder, well, what's this doing in accordance with the SPY right now? There's too much going on almost. It really might just be better to sit on the sidelines today. But at the same time, I mean, I'm always good for taking a stab at something. I don't mind taking a stab at something. And, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Okay? But yeah, micro size might be the key. Going back to what Notre Dame said, micro size just might be the key in all of that. By the way, if you guys are new to the live stream, or even if you're not new, be sure to give it a like, thumbs up, whatever. And I do post daily recap videos. So whatever happens today, even if you can't stay for the whole thing, just know I'll be posting a recap video later. And I also occasionally, I try to at least once a week post a video on trader psychology. I think it's just so critical. It's a series that I've launched called The Trader's Mind. And so I've actually, for the last several weeks, pretty consistently have posted one once a week. You should go back and check some of those out. I think you guys would enjoy that. And I think it can be very helpful to day traders who, because here's the thing. We put all this emphasis, again, on the charts, trading with no emotion, trading just the charts, just the technical, looking at everything from a technical analysis standpoint. We put a lot of emphasis on research and education and just knowledge, but very seldomly do we really understand how much psychology actually plays into everything. I've often said this before, and I'll say it again. Yes, knowledge and research and education and practice, all of that is extremely important. Understanding chart patterns, how stocks react to key areas of support and resistance, how they follow trends, trend lines, how volume and technical indicators work together, confluence, all of that is extremely important. But I'm telling you right now, when you actually get in a trade, when you actually begin trading with real money in a live broker, it's 10% knowledge and absolutely 90% trader psychology. I'm convinced of that. And, I guess that could be argued a little bit. Maybe it's 20% knowledge, 30% knowledge, and 70% psychology. But I'm telling you, it's psychology is a huge factor in it. Your mentality, how you deal with these things in the moment, what your thought patterns end up being during the process of a reactive trade. Okay, and once you enter into a trade and you have a trade idea and you enter into it and that trade starts working itself out, how do you react to how it starts working itself out? A lot of it always comes back to the psychology of it, okay? And it's even important to understand trader psychology from knowing what other traders are thinking. You want to get inside the heads of other traders. You want to know what they're seeing and what they're thinking and how they might be reacting emotionally. And so, anyway, Sagar says SPY has an indecision candle trend change on the 1 minute. Okay, that's interesting. Let me see. Yeah, yeah, it does. I'm almost willing to bet that they stopped it right here because there was a huge rejection on the 5 minute. This is a huge rejection candle, closed under VWAP, and looked like it's about to turn around and roll over and start pushing down through these key areas here. And that might have been why they halted it. That might be why they halted it. They're wanting everybody to just kind of calm down for a minute. Just calm down for a minute. Notergen says, honestly, I believe in always trading if you avoid the market because of the new behavior. We don't know how long this will last. I want to jump on the simulator and learn how to deal with it. Yeah, for sure. Market starts in 2 minutes. Thanks, Flip. Appreciate it. This one, I should have gotten out a lot quicker. Hopefully we'll get a bounce and a retrace, but I'm not going to sit on this too long. Obviously, if it opens below 5, I'm out. Even if it opens at 5 and starts selling, I'm out. I'm going to be out. This has to bounce. This has to come back up, break back up through VWAP. Otherwise, I'm out. So looks like 1 more minute, maybe. It's going to be very interesting to see how all of this plays out. Where did Codex get? Did it ever break down to the 1450 level? No, it did not. I don't know why I did that. Will it let me set a stop? Stop, sell. No, it won't even let me set it. Man, I hate being stuck in halts. I've only been stuck in a halt like this a couple times where it was not in my favor. This literally might be, when I say a couple times, this literally might be that time. I might even add, guys. And then if it breaks 5, let's see. I'm going to add, I got 350 shares. Oh, okay, I'm out. I'm not going to test it. Not going to test it. Yeah, it's dropping. Okay. Down 132 on the day, guys. I believe that, well, I don't know. Okay, SPY's continuing to tank, guys. It's really, I mean, it's tanking hard. Okay, I may start in with 20 shares here. Let's see how far we can get on these 20 shares. There we go. Okay, gonna take half there. We're down only 67 on the day. Let's see if we can push 400. Man, the SPY is just getting raked. Raked over the coals. Okay, if it comes below 390, I'll take another. There we go. Take another 50 off. Okay, so we're gonna ride this 5 shares as long as we can. Man, I should have gotten in with like 100 shares. I'd be up like $700 right now, and I would totally stop. SPY is just getting crushed. SPY is just getting eaten alive. Get back in. Let's see. Okay, it missed it. Missed the ad. Guys, I'm just going to ride this as long as I possibly can. SPY's getting hammered. Wish there was a hot button to buy 5 shares. There we go. So 10 at 398. Ride them as long as possible. As long as SPY continues to get crushed. Sell volumes pouring in. Maybe looking for a bounce here. Yeah, okay. Let's wait for a bounce. Let's wait for a bounce. See if we can get a brief bounce. I'll go in with, yes. 5 at 404. I did not want to get in at 404, but see if we can get more of a pullback. There's some buying up going on right now. Definitely going to look for a pullback down to, I don't know, maybe 395. Okay. There we go. Maybe even more. See if we can get more of a pullback, yeah? Maybe in 390? That'd be good. See if we can get it at 390. There we go. We're in 10, 397 average. See if we can build on that position back to 380, 384 maybe. Can we get a little bit of a pullback, a kiss on that VWAP? Okay. I think we can get a retest, guys. I'm looking for a retest, but I'm watching SPY right now. SPY's pushing through that VWAP. probably going to hit the next halt. I don't know. SPY's recovering. It's recovering VWAP, but this could be temporary. I'm hoping it is, just because I want to get another little leg up if I can. I'm going to continue to add in because I think there's going to be a retest. And I could be wrong. This could just completely go against me. And we may not get a retest of any kind. So 3-bar play on TVIX. What's a 3-bar play? I'd be interested to know what that is. I'm going to go ahead and take another 5 shares there. We got a 391 average now. What's a 3-bar play on the TVIX? Maybe I know that is something different. So, by the way, I'm not even trading TVIX. I'm trading this right now. I'm trading SPY, 15-minute. It's a pretty good buy up there, but I do want to see a retest. I'm hoping there's going to be a retest and enough of a sell-off for me to if we get a retest to these levels here, I should be able to get closer to 400, but if SPY just keeps running, then it's going to keep running. Let's see. It's trying to break through the 20. Could be short sellers just taking profit. This is why I said, guys, I mean, we haven't seen this before, so it'll be interesting to see if this just keeps pumping, just keeps pushing. Let's see. Almost might be good. So I've got 20 now at a 386.79 average. So hopefully we'll get a pullback. SPY keeps pushing. This is the point where you kind of wish you had just waited. Let's see. Any kind of a retest should dig me out of this hole. Let's see. 66. There's a pause here. We're going to go in 25 shares at 382. Okay, SPY's rejecting. See if we can reject really hard all the way down. And we just need to reject really well. And I would be willing to take at least unload 10 of those shares at 384, we'll say, just to pull my average back. I'll take a loss on them, but see what it's doing on the 2-minute, 1 minute. If we can get a break back down through VWAP, this should be good for us. Maybe I could even get 386 on that. But we need to see a significant pullback, crush back under VWAP. We got a retest of these levels right here. Pretty hard sell off there. Trying to be patient with it. May have to take a little bit of a loss. Man. May get a retest and hopefully a push back through. Really want to see a breakthrough VWAP right now. I'd like to be able to come out 10 of these shares. The fear is real right now, that's for sure. If we get a push through VWAP, I will sell 10 at 386.26. And maybe even at 384 if it doesn't. Come on, let's get that push through VWAP. May have to come out some shares here. It went through VWAP. Come on. Come on, SPY. Push. Push. Let's get a push down. I don't want to come out too prematurely, but it is showing strength. Slight strength. All right, I got to come out half there. I'm going to see if I can hold the rest. So we have a 371 average now. Let's see if we can hold these. Let's see if SPY can get a continuation down, and if we can come all the way back up to 400, I'll try to hold those shares up to that point. And there it is. We're going to get it. We're going to get the breakthrough VWAP. Come on. There it is. There it is. See a rundown. If it looks like it's going to be a rejection, I'm going to I'll get out of the trade and try to see if we can let it work itself out. There we go. Man, I could have gotten out with a lot less of a loss there. What's it look like on the 2-minute? It's looking like it could still reject. Closed under the 5-minute, so we want to see a test of that low right there. There we go. I don't see why we couldn't get back up to the 390s to 400 on the TVIX. There's no reason why we shouldn't be able to. Come on, 5-minute. Man, there's a divergence here with the TVIX, so it's not really behaving as rationally as we'd like. Almost thinking about adding, though, if that can break. Okay, I'm going to add. Oops, did it take it? Nope, did not take my add. So, where was that there? 2-minute. Okay, it still looks bearish. Let me see. Okay, so 23 at 372 average. See if we can get up to 393, and that'll be a good move on the day. But this has to continue coming down, obviously. Come on. Come on. Flush down. Come on. This should be flushing down. We're on the 5 minute here. It just looks like it can go. Come on. Bear step in. Looks like it was a new low on the 1 minute. Bear step in. Come on. Push it down, bears. Push it down. Got a minute and a half left on this 5 minutes. And I really want to see it start to go. Really want to see it start to go. We need to see fear increase. I'm going to do everything I can to hold these shares. Looks like it could be making a round bottom here for a reversal, and we really need to see a push down. There we go. Come on. There we go. Okay, I'm going to take half. I'll hold on to the other 12 as long as I possibly can, but this is really... Okay, I'm going to come out for right now. Good job, Flip. There's no way this can be a reversal. Let's see. So I've missed some stuff here. Let's see. Okay, is that forming a 3-bar play? It's not. The candle grew too much. Igniting bar, short pullback, then rip. Okay. All right, let's see. I'm going to wait for a quick pullback. Actually, let's see if we can do a quick $50 scalp on this. 374. That's 373. 372. See if this pushes up even more. Okay, I'm glad I did not do that there. Okay. Would not let me buy. What, can I not buy more than 50 shares? Maybe I can't. Should be able to. Man, that kind of took off without me. Okay, this is gonna. I'm gonna watch that for a while. First of all, oops. I'll come back to that. Wait for it to reset its position. Okay, I'm gonna remove that. It's no good. I know Codex, man, Codex dropped right through that 450 mark. I'm glad I did not get in on that. Codex does that though. It has a tendency to really just be a you know what. It's hitting some resistance there. Too bad you can't short it. APT, same thing. Wow, it's like they're all following suit. They're all just following suit. Let's look at you guys for a minute here. SFIX. Gonna go ahead and remove that. There's no reason to have that one up here still. Okay, I'll start another position. Start another position here. SPY looks like it's tanking. This could easily shoot all the way up to the. I mean, if SPY really loses these levels right here, then I think we'll be in a good place. Just pulling back. But it's a healthy pullback. Okay, so this may pull back even more. It's okay. There's not too much of a divergence here, even though SPY is pushing up. So it could be that let's just see. I'll tell you what I mean by that here in a minute. SPY's attempting, guys. It really is. It's attempting. I don't think I'm going to do anything right now. I think I'm just going to kind of sit on my hands and see if this gets a turnover here. May have to get out and take a loss, but SPY really, really, really needs to prove a point right now. That's all I'm saying. It really needs to prove a point. Here's the S&P 500 chart. Again, I'm on TVIX, but I'm trading it according to what I see happening on SPY's chart here. Really needs to prove a point. Let's see what it looks like on the 5-minute. So it held here, but I'll tell you what, if it rolls over, I mean, if it breaks these highs, I got to come out of my trade and I'll have to take a loss, I think. But as long as it, creates a higher low or a lower high, excuse me, and then turns over and starts breaking these levels, I might even add in to my position a little bit. Give it some time before doing that. As you can see, the SPY's getting pushed down. TVIX is running up. That was a good switch. That was a good switch. It was an even switch. In other words, as much as the SPY got pushed down, the TVIX ran up. You want to see that. Again, the TVIX is basically tracking the VIX, which reacts to fear in the markets. I think most of you guys on the channel probably know that already. INO kept doing it on the hour chart that day you got tore up. Yeah, I know. There's no way this can be a reversal. Shakes phone aggressively. Sorry, man. I know I'm behind on the times here with these comments. Flip is out of JNUG at 3160 for 3. Oh, great. Back in at 2410. Wow, that's a volatile stock, man. It jumped like that. The buyers are starting to get exhausted, irrational. Sauger says, I still think TVIX is bullish, holding on VWAP, and it's still above pre-market. Yeah, seems 364 seems support on TVIX. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Like again, when I trade TVIX, I'm really not paying as much attention to TVIX on the charts as I am the SPY, because really it doesn't matter what the charts say on the TVIX. I mean, we always have to constantly remind ourselves of that. That's why I pulled the SPY chart out in front of it and I watched the SPY, because it matters what it's showing on the SPY charts. We have to see, this stuff confirming on SPY charts. That's why if SPY comes down and holds support on the VWAP and starts racing back up, I got to get out the TVIX. Or if it breaks these highs, I've got to get out the TVIX. Even if TVIX is showing that, a good pattern. Because TVIX can change in the blink of an eye. And it will, according to what the SPY does. But the 5-minute looks bearish. Notigan says Codex had a 3-bar on the 1 minute. Just as a reference, I would never play it off a 1 minute. I need to check that out, the whole 3-bar thing. SPY's holding, guys. It's holding. It's making its way to VWAP, but it would still it would have to roll over and break these lows right here. Now, it would be good to see a break of the VWAP at 10:20 at the end of the 5 minute. That's kind of what you would want to see. Want to see it break VWAP and close below VWAP at the end of that 5 minute period. That would be good. Okay, it's broke VWAP. It's holding VWAP. It's up. It held. It held. It held. And the TVIX is dropping further. So that's not good. But that doesn't mean that it can't continue to roll over. But all I'm just saying is right now, it ain't looking good. So we definitely want to see a breakdown here. And we definitely want to see a push down past these levels. I may have to reduce my share size by half, because if it does come back up here and test these levels, I'm going to want a place to where I can re-add and bring my average down without putting so much money on the line, without risking so much. So let's just see what it does here. See what it does here, and let's look at the 1 minute. Yeah, I mean it's holding. It's holding VWAP. See a crush below. Come on. There we go. There we go. Come on. There we go. Ah. 2 minutes getting bought back up on the VWAP. Okay, I'm going to reduce my share size here. So we got 5 shares on 375. This will allow the pattern to continue to play up and test these levels until it rolls over. Now, if it just rolls over from here, well then fine. I'll maybe make $100 on those 5 shares. Maybe 200 if I can let it go to 95. I really would like to see on the TVIX, I'd really like to see it come back up to these levels here. But again, this is going to be dependent on what the SPY does. Nuttergan says it works both ways. It's a high probability on the longer time frames. I would just love to see what when you use that phrase 3 bar. It's got a 3 bar. Like what do you say? Like what does that look like? I mean, I guess I can kind of you. And I know you said you gave me a reference point. I guess I just have to check that out. You gave me a reference point on Codex. I would love to know what that means, though. It's obviously, sounds like it's pretty important. While that's playing out, let's see if we've got some more action here. Okay, this went up and touched 200-day, got rejected. Let me look at this stock again. POAI. 3 million share float. Okay, that float's been rotated a couple times today. Launches new AI platform. I would take small share size on this, I think, and look for, let's see. I'll go ahead and jump in 200 shares at 81, and then I might even get in at the 50s with average back in with more. But what would be interesting to me is if this actually could break through, if there could be a retest and it could break through that 200-day on all this coronavirus news, and if this thing could go up pretty far, I could get a good return for that 200 shares there. So SPY's holding VWAP, by the way, at least on the 2-minute and the 5-minute, obviously. Thanks, Captain Obvious. Oh, you're welcome. Anytime. Let's see. So, all right. INO. Looks like it's getting a little rejection there. APT, VIR. Yeesh. You guys did me right yesterday, so I'm still trying to look on that. Let's see. Just to give you a little context about what's happening on with the TVIX, here's the SPY. So SPY could be potentially about to break out of this wedge. If that were the case, I mean, I don't know if I'd want to get out of TVIX quite yet, but probably be smart for me too. Yeesh. Come on. Okay. I'm almost ready to concede. But part of me wonders if there's a way to average in and there we go. Average in and then catch it on a pullback. POAI is working out. Here, I'm going to keep that up in another window. Just kind of keep that on watch. But we want to see a break of 44, a ramp up to there. If it gets to the 20s, I'll consider adding another, maybe another 100 share, maybe another 200. Might even add right here. Okay, I'll add right here. So we got 400 shares at 396. Obviously, if it breaks back down through 4, okay, may consider getting out. Okay, I'm out. I'm out with an $8 win. Boy, that was fast. So POI failed that break, but see if we can get another move. It's holding a little. See if we get a quick flush down and another add in. It's a cheap stock. I really should consider going in a little heavier. I mean, it honestly doesn't matter at this point. Just because it doesn't look like it can move really fast. Doesn't mean it can't, but it just doesn't seem like it would. It's holding VWAP on the 15-minute. All right, I'll get back in with 200 there. I'll let it pull back and I'll get in with another 200. And then I'll just get out if it breaks VWAP. Which is at 375. So I'll look for a retest at 80. Let's get in again. So we got a 405 average. Is this it? Is this where we're going to break it? Is this where we're going to break it? Love to see it squeeze up past all-time highs, break through that EMA or that SMA on the daily 200-day. That would be huge. But this can flash down pretty quick, so it's got to be careful with it. Need to blow up past 25. Consider taking off a quarter of my position there at 25. Let's see. I'm not going to get out yet. I'm going to let it come down. I might even add. SPY looks like it's uptrending on the 5-minute, by the way. It's doing a good job uptrending on that 5-minute. I really want to see I really want to see a retest of this 200 and a break through it. We could do really well on that. I'll add another 200 at 88. Another 200 at 80. And then I would have to stop at the break of probably 70. So I'll be ready for that. SPY's pushing really well on the 5-minute, by the way. Might be a good place for me to add on the TVIX. I just need to watch this real quick. All right. Okay, I'm just gonna have to set an alert. POAI for 25 on the ask. POAI, let's say $4 on the bid. Oh, okay, there we are. Okay, I had to take a quarter of my position here. Okay, there we go. There's a quarter. I got 300 shares left at a 406 average. So basically, if we come down to man, this is so whippy. $3.99 stop sell. Okay, I gotta get back on TVIX real quick. So here's the SPY. Okay, I need to clear this out. Okay, so there's been a clear trend break there. Let's look at a bigger trend. Where's the bigger trend? So basically have one kind of right there. Seems to be covering all bases mostly. So that's a trend we need to watch. Already broke U. And now we are looking at something a little bit different. So come on, man. Okay. So I'm going to be watching for that. Man, look at that. It touched $4. So alerts. POAI. $3.99. Oop. $3.99. Come on. And then POAI, I don't want to be reminded again until you hit 440. Okay, it's about to get me out probably. All right, TVIX, 349. So, question here, is the SPY ramping up? This is what I have to figure out right now. Is the SPY ramping up? Is it genuinely ramping up? So here's what I'm going to do to find out. I'm going to find out what the story is. Obviously, if it breaks through all this, I don't want to continue in this trade. 2 minute. Let's do a volume read. Okay, there's a good mix of buying and selling. I would actually say more buying than selling so far. Yep, same on the 2 minute, same on the 5 minute. There's more buying going on right now. Again, we have to assess, is this covering shorts? Are shorts covering right now? Let's even look if we take this and put that there. So from that pivot point, let's do that because that's actually a more accurate pivot point right there. But also, let's check the 30 minute. Okay, 30-minute. All right, let me check the 60-minute. So this is interesting. This shows that the bulls have pushed this up significantly on the hourly, and they're pushing it up again right here on the hourly. Okay, I'm out. I should be out. POI. Okay, that's significant. That's significant. And if we break this hourly high, I'm going to want to get out. So it's creeping up in the wedge, comes over this. I'm going to want to get out these 5 shares. I'm glad I reduced my size and got those 5 shares off the table, because that would not have been pretty. But the question is, I mean, because if this gets a rejection and off this trend line, would it have been wise for me to size in with 5 shares again? So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I got 10 shares at a 363.65 average. Okay. So if this can roll over from this point and break down significantly, we're going to get a really good move on those 10 shares. If it comes back, I'm going to need to get out. So definitely going to need to get out. We need to see a breakdown at this point. Otherwise, if it comes over that trend line, I mean, I've got to get out. I don't want to. It's going to be a significant loss, but I'll have to. And this will be yet another losing day, which is fine. I mean, it is what it is. But I'd love to see a break straight down through this wedge, straight down through VWAP, crush all these levels. That'd be pretty awesome. And here's the thing, yes, I could get out with only a $50 loss right now, right? But then if it moves in my direction, I'll be like, man, I should have stayed in, because I would have made $300 or whatever. So $200 maybe. I think it would have a hard time breaking back above VWAP, but it just depends on how far down the SPY gets crushed. So I could reduce my size. But I don't know. I'm going to look for it to at least tap down on the trend line and see if I can take profit. But obviously, if it breaks this trend line and breaks this high, I mean, it could have a trend line fake out. I'm fine with that, but definitely need to do something about it if it breaks that high. Now, there's not too much of a divergence here. This is still holding up close to 360, which means there's still relatively fear right now in this moment. So we're dealing with a good bit of fear in this moment. But we, at the very least, need to see a test of that trend line. And if it can't break it, then I may reduce my share size by half. That's a pretty good look right there on that candle. There you go. There you go. Come on. Crush that trend line. Crush the trend line. No? I'm going to go ahead and come out because it looks like that could be a bounce. So we have a 351.92 average. Now, if the SPY starts getting crushed, I will hold. I will hold this 5 shares. I will hold it straight up to 381.92. But SPY's got to get crushed. It's got to get crushed. It does. It just does. I'm really going back and forth today. I mean, it's like I'm up, I'm down, I'm up, I'm down. This looks like a bounce to me, but let's give it a minute. There it is. Come on. Again, I want to see a crush of that trend line, and then I want to see it break VWAP. I feel like for the bears to remain in control for any given amount of time, it's got to do that. It's got to do that. And then I may even consider adding again if it holds below VWAP. I may let it retrace back to VWAP and then add to it in anticipation of a VWAP rejection and a continuation to the downside. It's definitely a giant wedge. Yeah. This stimulus bill may be causing this movement. Yeah, could be. I think there's a lot. I mean, I really do. I think there's a tremendous amount involved right now that I think is probably might even be far over our own heads. But we'll see. Good point. If this thing keeps going up, it will be a complete rejection of a bear market. Yeah. Well, I'll say this, at least on the day. I mean, here's the thing. With the S&P 500, obviously, you can get retracements like this. For this to really officially be back out of the bear market, I think we need to recover probably the 280s. But make it consistent. Like it would have to come up to 280s, maybe retrace a little bounce and continue up. I think then we could say that we are exiting the bear market. But it'll definitely be a good solid bounce. No doubt about it. We'll definitely get a good solid bounce back to the upside today. But then obviously it's got to break through these levels at 273. I think 273.50 was the actual key level from yesterday that we were watching. Guys, I'm very tempted to go back in. Very tempted to add to my position right now because we cracked through that trend line and we're still on the 5-minute and we're holding moving averages and we're holding VWAP. So, but this is pretty solid indecision candle here. I mean, that's for sure. And if we can close below that trend line on the 5-minute, I very well may consider adding. Okay, so complete indecision. We really closed still above all the moving averages. We're on that trend line. So if we get a trend line breakout, let's see. It's not too much divergence. It looks weak. I'll go ahead and add to my position. So we got 10 shares at 356.98. Hopefully we can get the crack down here. And now I don't have to hold it all the way up to 380. I could probably start taking profit at VWAP up in the 370s. So maybe let's see, where would I take it? Yeah, I guess 372, 373. Sagar says, agree with you, Matt, and Notergen says, there is so much going on. I can't keep up with all the factors at the moment. The oil, international flight, stores, butter confidence, bunch of typos. Not going to correct them all. Yeah. You know what, man? It's definitely the butter. It's got to be the butter. There's a lot of confidence in butter right now, which is that's the biggest thing in my opinion. It's not the coronavirus. It's not the politics. It's not the the destabilization of global markets, manufacturing, travel industry. It's butter. This all is happening because of butter. Okay, butter confidence, healthcare costs, lean default fears. Just too much. You're right, and there really is. Honestly, I mean that's exactly where I'm at this morning too. Like you and I are on the same exact page. Like I'm waking up this morning basically thinking the same thing. There's too much. There's too much. Like how do you even calculate one direction or the other of the market based on all these variables? It's too much. Sauger says, just watching from sidelines, had a home run trading day, so not going to trade anymore. Good job, Sauger. Good job. Flip says, oversupply of butter. Yeah, it's got to be. It's got to be. We've got way too much butter right now, and it's high time that we get control of the butter industry. Spies making a good move. The last two 5-minute sell volume bars have decreased a little, so this might be an opportunity for buyers to come in. It's held above all major moving averages. Let's look at the 15-minute, even the 15-minute. Oh, well, nope, that's TVIX actually. Let's see, 15-minute. Okay, 15-minute, it's actually closed below the 9. And buy volume's wearing down a little, so this is why I like to look at longer time frames. So I don't know, guys. We could come and test these 30-minute lows here. Still has not broken the previous hourly high, so that's gonna do it for me. Honestly, when it breaks this right here, I've got to get out. I mean, it may reverse back, but if it breaks the hourly high, I'm out. I'm out and probably done for the day. And I might even do it sooner. I might not even let it get back. I mean, if this continues to hold these major moving averages on the 5-minute and the VWAP, if it continues to hold this trend and then breaks out, I may go ahead and get out at the trend break. Because that's just, they're holding the line. They're holding the line. And no need to lose more than I have to on it, right? So, but I am going to, let's see. Let me see here. Man, this one's holding too. I mean, this is, talk about faking out time and time again. But I think I'm going to leave it alone. I think I'm going to leave it alone. VIR, making a move back up. APT, can't even short that one. I'm removing it. Codex, can't even short that one. Removing it. INO, I can short that one, but we all know what happens when I short INO, right? Yes, Auger. It's all about the butter, man. It's all about the butter. I think what happened is, there was too much corn grown this year. There was too much corn. The farmers all over the planet grew too much corn. It's not the coronavirus. See, everybody's pronouncing it wrong. It's the corn virus. It's the corn virus, okay? And they grew too much corn, and there wasn't enough butter to keep up with it because, people love to put butter on their corn. But there just wasn't enough butter. There was not enough butter to keep up with the corn. And so they had to start producing butter in super mass quantity. And because of it, they weren't as careful in the inspection process. And it wasn't regulated by the FDA. There was this new way they were producing butter, and it just wasn't being regulated by the FDA. But they thought to themselves, even the FDA was like, people work for the FDA, and they're like, well, I want butter on my corn too. So, this is big. I've got to have butter on my corn. So let's let the butter makers just do what they do. They've been making butter for years. I'm sure this new way that they're making butter is going to be fine. And so what happens? People start buying the butter, they put it on their corn, and it created a virus, like a combination of this new type of processed butter with the corn created the corn virus. So it's not the coronavirus, it's the corn virus, and it all started with butter. It's butter lung. That's what happened, guys. And the sooner we realize this, the better off we'll be. Okay? Man, INO is finally working out on the shorts. This is just not my week, guys. I mean, Monday and Tuesday were fine. Wednesday and Thursday have been nothing but a huge disappointment. And I'm just not in it. I'm not in it. None of the trades are working. Missing out on all the good ones. Trying to let the winners run, but even that is kind of proving to be counterproductive. So I'm still hopeful for holding this lower hourly high, but like I said, I mean, if this strength continues to show, I've just got to get out. Yeah, and if it comes over this, I mean, it's the only hesitation I have right now is this could be a trend line fake out. Buy volume seems to be wearing off a little. Let's look on the 15 minute. Yeah, on the 15 minute, it's exhausting a little bit. Even on the 30 minute, market volume in general is just getting exhausted. Almost ready to add to this position. But man, it's holding that trend line well. It really is. I mean, it's uptrending, guys. That's the fact of the matter. It's uptrending. This really has to break. This really has to break. And again, that hourly, this is the most concerning part to me too, is these long wicks here. Like the bulls are just really ramping it up. And this is almost going to turn into a green candle here in a minute. So, I don't know. What are we looking at? Okay. All right. I got to come out, guys. Let me think about this. It's still... And there's serious resistance here. I just can't, man, I can't wait for that move to happen. I mean, broke out through that wedge. Can I get enough of a pullback here? And can it roll over? I'm trying to be patient with this. I really am. And the only reason is it still has not broken this hourly high. And we've got 5 minutes left in this hour. And there is strong resistance here. This could be the turnaround point. I'd hate to come back later and see this TVIX all the way up here in the 370s, which has happened to me a few times in the last couple of weeks. But then again, I mean, I can't wait for it to come and test all the way up here at 260. So we've got to see a close here. We've got to see even. I mean, if we saw a heavy sell off, that would be great. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think it would be a slower type of rollover. Um, that's the line, though. That's the line right there. Even TLSA, I was up at one point. I'm telling you guys. What's up, Paulius? Matt from Trading to Corona Butter Virus. Yeah. I'm going to be the new talking head on the Corona Butter Virus. I'm tempted to add, but I don't want to add into what could be a losing position. It's a very important thing that we always have to take into consideration as traders. This could be the rollover moment. Man, and I hope it is, but see, what are we looking at? 2 minute bouncing perfectly off that trend line. And we have 1 minute left. This is going to be hard for me if we do not confirm an hourly high. Like if we stay right up in these areas, but we don't confirm an hourly high. I mean, it would be good if this just flushed down. And it was an obvious hourly rejection. But we're riding this trend line really, really well right now. So $259.12. It's my exit point. It's my exit point on the TVIX, guys. I'm going to stick to it. Okay, so we confirmed an hourly low, which is probably why it's moving back. But it's cracked through the trend line several times on the 1 minute, guys, so that really means nothing. But we did not crack the previous hourly high, and this hourly high now is at 258.79. So we really want to see a flush down here, at least a retest with this hour low. Can we get it? I don't know. I honestly don't know. But it was heavy. It's still seen as a heavy sell volume on that. This is the 15 minute. 15 minute looks like it could be, in a sense, rejecting this trend line. We could get a VWAP break. This could be the rollover moment. And I'll tell you right now, guys, if I make $200-300, I'm gonna be done. I'm gonna be done. Absolutely done. So this is looking good so far, but I don't know. Guys, I don't want to get too excited. Nothing has really worked out for me in the last couple of days. So I'm I don't know. I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to get too excited about this. But what I do want to see is a test of some of these levels. Um, I would like to see a retest of this trend line, and I would consider adding on TVIX to bring my average down even more and to maybe even get more of a profitable move. So I'm going to leave that alone for right now. I'm going to come here on INO and see what we're looking like. So INO has started to bounce on those critical areas. Look at this. These areas mean something. Look way back here. Even, let me even go back even further than this. Look, it all started like in this period of consolidation. And look where it lines up, right with these lines right here. And once it broke, officially broke out of that period for the final time, it had this huge run up. Then it came back and tapped on it, tapped on it, tapped on it, and then crushed through it. And then it came back yesterday, tapped on it, tapped on it, tapped on it, and finally crushed up through it. So this is a very important level. These eight, anywhere from 850 to 860, maybe even 870, that whole little area there, very critical, very, very, very critical level. So I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, look at how many times it's roughly tapped around there. Breaks through, taps, comes up. Breaks through, taps, comes up. So when it breaks it for good, I mean, look at this. Look at all this consolidation under it. And look, came up and tapped it roughly, let's see, 849. It was knocking on the door of 850. Came up yesterday, 850. Came up, 860. Came up. Every time it kind of came up, it would come back. And then finally, it was like off to the races. So, I don't know. I'd like to see what could happen if it broke through it. I wonder how much locates are. It's a pretty cheap stock. I might be willing to accept some locates, but because if it crushes it, I mean, if it crushes down through there, it'll be a good move. It'll be a really good, solid move, I think. TVIX might be actually at a good place to add. Another 5 shares. No, I think I'd let it drop back even further before adding. Somebody talked me down from shorting INO. We all know what happens when I do that junk. Notergen, where are you, man? Talk me down. Remind me of how badly this girl has treated me. INO has broken my heart way too many times, right? What am I doing? What am I doing messing around with this chick? Let's see. I'd be fine to take a starter position, and if it could break the previous 5-minute high, break up through 36. It's a buttery slope. Sagar says don't short. Yeah, it's a buttery slope, man. Sagar also says I made most of my money this week on INO. I'm bulking. You're bullish sentiment type of guy, though. Yeah, it's probably served you well in that. I have no doubt. I'm gonna go ahead and jump in here and see if we can crack through it. If not, I mean, I feel like if we do knock back down through that 52 level, we could go pretty far. So holding 9 though. It's holding 9. It's not breaking down. We have to break 95 and then 92. May even consider adding if it comes back a little bit. Okay, it looks like a reversal, but it's not confirmed yet. Yeah, it might be. It might be a reversal. Very well might be. So, Sauger says, and today, bang heads against table in restaurant. What's up, Strangers Consortium? Hope you're doing all right, man. There we go. We got to break 80, 95. Come on. And then 92. Man, it's holding. Come on. Okay, I'm going to go short again there. 496 average. Need to keep pushing though. Need to see a flush. Down past 890. And then we need to break that critical area of 850. So it's having a hard time though. This could snap back at any minute. There we go. There we go. It's a solid break. Solid break. Take a little profit off there. So we got 200 average at 92, just in case this snaps back. Really want to see this break and crack those critical levels. They're extremely critical. By the way, SPY has broken VWAP. Which is why my TVIX trade seems to be working out so well right now. This would be probably a decent place to add. But honestly, I'm just going to let it work out. Going to see if TVIX can make its way up to 80 on those 10 shares. 386 would be nice. Might take 5 off right at VWAP. Just depends on how much SPY's getting crushed. Okay. Note again, we need to call Lightspeed. No more INO. Grab your money and run from that hateful woman. Yeah, I know. I know. SPY's continuing to tank, so TVIX is looking good. What's up, INO? What are you doing? What are you doing, INO? Trying to make a recovery again? I'll tell you what, though, we break that 850 level, we should see some serious, I mean, serious momentum to the downside. It's holding. I mean, look at this. Look at all this support, or all this previous support, all this previous resistance, support around that area here, man. But if we come through, we should see a good move. Come on, INO. What are you doing to me? Tell you what, at some point I got to get out, or this is going to erase my TVIX trade. So, but could be a nice EMA rejection. I don't know. What I don't want to do is let it go all the way up to VWAP. So I'm guessing if it gets up in the 30s, I'll have to take it. I know it's just short squeeze after short squeeze after short squeeze. Let's just see. See if this is a fake out. Trying to be patient with INO. This is what I was this was what I was wondering. Is this just going to be a fake out against that 9 EMA, and are we going to get continuation? So it's really important to me where this candle closes out, and especially if it's more of a bearish candle. So I think that will say a lot to other traders. Now, if it closes out on doji or above that 9 EMA, then I'm going to have to cut my losses. I was going to get out at 30 in the 30s, but again, it was worth it to me to find out if this was going to reject. Just because I've been faked out by this stock so many times, y'all. It's almost like I got this mentality of like, you're not going to trick me this time. You're not going to trick me this time. But that can work against you, you know. Obviously, if it broke through the $0.50, I probably would have had to go ahead and get out, or just start averaging in, hoping that I get enough of a drop to reduce the loss. We got 40 seconds left in this candle. I really want to see it get pushed back down. If it starts breaching back over 30 in the last 30 seconds, then I will consider I want to see a break here on the 1 minute. I will consider reducing my share size by half. So we are in the last 20 seconds. So I really would like to see some downwards momentum here. Just again, at least need to close below that EMA. Okay, here we go. We close below it. Okay, that's good. I may even consider adding. Well, kind of missed an opportunity to do that. There's a 5-minute doji. It's a red candle doji on the S&P 500 right now. And right now, because of how INO looks, I'd be more quick to add to my position until the break of 47. And I may do that unless it breaks 47 right here. Let's see. Okay. So did not break 47. See if he gets another push up real quick. Okay, I added, got 400 shares at 914 average. Obviously, if it breaks 47, I'm going to have to get out. Okay, there we go. That was good. This will go down as the second retest of that EMA. Man, somebody keeps pushing that price up. I mean, who's coming in here and doing that, you know? Somebody really wants this to break. And they've got the money to make it happen. Okay, I got to get out 200 there. So half my position there, and then I've got another 200 at a 936 average. Let's just see if that was just a quick squeeze. Matt, I don't see the locate short shares window on my light speed. Can you show where it is after you're done with the trade? Yeah. Let's see here. Let's see what this does. I'm trying to do it without showing my account number. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, Sauger. Let's see. But I'll try. Let me see here. See if that helps. Let's see. No, I was just okay, I moved this up a little bit, so let's see. Okay, you go at the top where you see page, then new. Here, I think I can move this down. Let's see, you see page, then you see new. When you go to new, click on new, and there is a right down there where it says order entry, hot buttons, there should be a short request. It's got an arrow pointing down as the icon. It says short request, and that should be it. That should be it. So hopefully that helps. Let me know if you're able to find it. And yeah, I'm sorry, man, but you never know who's in here watching the live stream, and I don't know, hackers and whatever. There's a lot of crazy people on the internet, man. So I just try to keep as much of my private information personal. I mean, not that they could really do much about it, but just in case. You don't see it, maybe it's something they need to turn on. Yeah, actually, I think it is something that you have to request. I think way back when I started my Lightspeed account, I think I did have to request that. I think I did have to request that, actually. So this is a slow grind up to VWAP, but be interesting to see if we can get a good solid pullback. Especially if we continue to see failure at the 960 levels. But I don't know. This is a strong stock, guys. This, for some reason, this somehow just can always push up. It just does not treat short trade setups like most short setups should be. It doesn't react the same way. It really doesn't. So I'm going to add another. So I've got 15 shares at 360 average. As long as the S&P 500 continues to fall, we should get a good move on those 15 shares. I'll tell you what, though. I mean, it really is. It really is the most difficult thing on the mother freaking planet. trying to short I&O. But then it's like then I miss it when I don't expect it to react rationally. Then it reacts rationally like this. We got this huge rejection. It continued to reject, and then we saw flush down. But even look at this. I mean, it's so whippy. Every time it flushes down, it's bought up, flush down, bought up, flush down, bought up. Like there's a lot of buying sentiment on this stock. I mean, there just is. Now I've never seen anything like it. Well, SPCE a few weeks ago. SPCE was definitely like this, but really just for a few days. I mean, after it came back, on the for the backside of the trade of SPCE, I mean, it was pretty solid all on the backside, but I know this is different. This is, we're looking at a coronavirus stock here, and that's kind of a big thing right now. So, I mean, I get it, but man, this is one of those things where I just think, man, if I get out of this now, it's going to completely crush it and I'll miss it. So I've got the FOMO. I've got the FOMO on INO. I FOMO on INO. Okay. So let's see if we can take out the first 5 shares at 174.16. See what happens when we do that. I almost want to add to this again, but the SPY may drop. This may actually come all the way back to here and then move up, as the SPY may see a significant pullback. So 360.16, 15 shares. I'm going to let it run for right now. I'm just going to let all shares run for right now. INO, still kind of indecisive, but it's doing its thing here, so it's failing. It's not really, but it's still in an uptrend. Still in an uptrend, at least on the 1 minute and the 2 minute and the 5 minute. I really ought to be going long on this. Let's see, got some resistance at 80. I hate when that does that. See if we can call it here. So I got 400 at a 54 average. Let's see if this gets the rejection. If not, obviously we'll get out. So 400 at look at another. Wait. Okay, it's not letting me take another. Maybe because of my TVIX position. There we go. Let's see if I can get out 200 at 48. Maybe 44. Let's get a crush through 60 and 50. There we go. There we go. Come on. If we can get a quick run down to 36, I can come out of those shares with no loss. Those first 200, and then if it retests, we can see where it goes from there. Oh, come on. SPY seems like it's wanting to fail, pull a little harder, so I'm going to stick with that for a minute. Got a good VWAP rejection there. Doesn't mean it's going to be completely over with the VWAP rejection, but we got a good chance. SPY's pulling. It's about to start pulling hard. So sentiment's pretty pretty bearish on it right now. There we go. It's pulling. So we got 500 at a 56 average. See if we can get 200 at 46. See if we can make that drop. If it comes back up into the 80s, I've got to get off half. Dadgummit. Is there any buying in it? Little. Okay, I'm going to come off half just in case. That was weak buying though, so I probably took more of a loss than I needed to. 970 average, 250. So Okay, TVIX need to go ahead and take some profit, so I'll do that. There we go. Took profit off the table there. We got 10 shares left at a 264 average. Okay, back in 450 with a 73 average. Looks like it's having a lot of trouble up in that 980s area. We need to keep having trouble up there. Okay, I'm going to take off some there. We got 225 at a 975 average. I'm going to keep trying, guys. I'm going to keep trying on INO because I mean, we're having a really hard time here, but it could just be a slow grind in an uptrend. We'll get in again. We'll see if it finally breaks down here. 425 at a 979 average. There we go. Come on, get a rejection. Fail to break the 5-minute high. We got 5 seconds left. We need to see a fail right here. Okay. If it breaks it though, I've got to get out. Come on. Man, what a slow grind. Okay. All right. INO just is not. We could go again for a VWAP rejection, but does it have the kind of steam that we need for that? Buy volume weakened a little on that last round, but if it comes over 10, forget about it. Guys, INO is strong. INO is strong. Somehow it just it breaks through all the key areas of resistance. It breaks through VWAP. It's just, you know, we could even draw trend lines on this junk. I mean, INO is a beast. It's a beast for going long. The breakdowns are very unpredictable. And when they do occur, there's a lot of wicks, a lot of strong buying power, constantly pushing it up. This is a difficult stock. I mean, it just is. Kind of met my match on this. So I hate to call it there, but I mean, it is what it is. Very, very difficult stock. Very difficult stock. TVIX, I think I ought to come out another 5 just in case. I think I ought to go ahead and come out another 5. Take some profit off. This will, you know, help me reduce my loss on the day. We can give this all the way down to 366. So we can wait for a really good pullback. We can wait for a good solid pullback on the SPY. But guys, the SPY is weak. I mean, it could pull all the way back up and test this trend line or even test the highs of the day. But I think there's a lot of people calling in today to have their portfolios reduced. I think there's a lot of selling going on today. If there were people who were trying to hold and hope or whatever, or just kind of, and really the smart investors, they'll just hold altogether. I mean, I'm sure we've all heard the famous quote of Warren Buffett. He was asked in 2008 during the market crash, how much money did he lose? And he said zero, because he didn't sell. As a matter of fact, he bought stocks back up. Now, most people aren't like Warren Buffett. I mean, a lot of people have to protect their assets more than he does. I mean, even if he did sell during that time, the guy still would have been a multi-billionaire. He would have lost a lot of money, but he'd still have a lot of money. And there's a lot of people out there, though, that they're not in that position. Like, if this keeps tanking, if this keeps going down, their entire 401k, their entire retirement, I mean, it's over. It's done. So people are going to be holding. I really think that people are going to be holding as long as they possibly can. And I'm going to sit on this last 5 shares, and I'm going to try to come back to green and maybe pay for the trades on the day. But guys, I don't know. This week has just not been great for me. Now I'm still up on the week, so it's not like I've lost money this week, but it's just not been a productive week. This is not one of those weeks where I'm just green every day and I'm having $500, $600, $700, $800 days. I'm not playing these stocks well. I'm getting wrapped up in a lot of different stocks, and I don't know. We haven't been in these market conditions before. I mean, this is kind of a new thing we're experiencing. I mean, yeah, I did trade during the whole 2018 correction back in, from October through December of 2018, and it was even. I remember there were some whippy, very very whippy, very difficult moments even then. So I might go in with another 5 here. Oh, come on. Scoop it up. No? Okay. But this is a little different. There's a lot to consider, and it's got me looking at a bunch of different stocks and trying to trade different stocks based on different fundamentals and technical perspectives, and I don't know. There's really no excuse. I'm just not doing well. So as a matter of fact, if I had just stuck to this TVIX trade and not even messed with INO, I mean, really, it's a rookie mistake for me to just continue to try to trade INO. It's just not smart. So give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, guys. I'm back. See, look at this. I mean, it's just, it's irrational. You have no, there's no telling when the drops are going to be. There's nothing even significant at these levels. There's no reason why there would be a drop. I mean, I guess it kind of touches like this area over here, but this is a very insignificant area, you know? Now, on the daily chart, it definitely did hold up to these major points here at, you know, at the 850, 860 levels. So it respected those very well. But during, you know, this intraday volatility, it's just, but I'm down 300 on INO today, so this could have actually been a much better day had I not messed with it. But it is what it is. And I mean, this could be a VWAP rejection. I mean, it's just coming all the way down. Gotta hate it, right? Gotta hate that. So I've got 10 shares at a 374 average. Hopefully we can get up to 394, 400 areas with that 10 shares. SPY's pulling, so TVIX should be ramping up. I actually ought to get in with another. So I've got 15 shares at a 376 average. SPY's continuing to pull. It's breaking down through some key levels. It's working its way towards the 250 area. So if TVIX can show a little bit of fear and start spiking, we'll be good. We should be able to ramp up and make this 150 back. I'd like to get up 200 on the day. I am a little concerned though. There's not much of a divergence right now. Even though the SPY's pulling, TVIX should be ramping up a little bit harder. Really need to see a push up into the 390s. Very curious to see if SPY is going to continue to a low of day. I will take off 5 at 390, 390.72. I'm going to go ahead and take it off here actually. Let's just see if we can get a continued move. How about 387.72? Okay. There we go. Okay, we got 5 off there. SPY looks like it could be pulling back temporarily. So I would seek to get out at 381.82. Watching SPY on the 1 minute. So 5, another 50 on last thing I want to do is get caught in a major pullback on the SPY. Looks like we might be going that direction. Still looking good for a rundown, but let's see. Well, the 2 minute, 5 minutes about to form a bullish candle, and then the 2 minute. Well, the 1 minute's getting a rejection off the 9 moving average. It's not so bad. It's getting a flush down. Well, it's pulling. It's not getting a flush down, but it is pulling. Okay, it's about to ramp back up, but now it's pulling again. So I'm watching for the level of divergence between the TVIX and the SPY right now. Looks as though it might be good to get out. So I'm going to get out there real quick, and I'm going to let this reset. So Sagar says, I don't see it. Maybe it's something they need to turn on. I understand, Matt. I would do the same. Let's see. Thanks. Oh, okay. We've been through that conversation already. All right. Okay, SPY's coming back, but it may just be to test the 253 levels, or it could be to test VWAP. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to look at it on a 15-minute, 30-minute. 30-minute, this is bearish. This is completely bearish. Sell volume has not really died off much. On the hour, it's died off a little. Well, I should say more than a little. It's died off a good bit, probably. 5 minute. 5 minutes coming up. May just be a test of VWAP, guys. On the 15-minute. And a test of the 20 EMA on the 5-minute. Because this is where the 9 EMA and VWAP meet on the 15-minute, up around 255. So I would be okay. Now, this may turn out to be a losing trade, mind you, but I think I would be okay. Getting in here at 374. So, and I would add all the way up to, so I would add all the way up to 255 roughly, and let it play from there. think it's very, very possible that we just started an uptrend here. So we could continue to come up. And, again, on the 15-minute, test VWAP, maybe even test the trend line. But if we remain with that hourly low, that'll be good. If we hold here, I may take the quick scalp and then get in another 5 shares on the next run up. Oops, what did I do? So I'm going to reduce, take a little off there, just in case this runs up. I'll add more, otherwise I'll add again with the downward momentum. We could get a retest. I want to be very careful right now. So we got 6 shares at 380. I'm going to slowly add on as I see SPY break down. We'll do another 6 shares at the break of 390. Well, we'll look for it. Okay, this could be a significant pullback. I'll pull out the 1 minute. I want to see continued momentum to the downside. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get out there. See if we're gonna get a little push to the upside and test these levels. We may not, but I'm just trying to be, honestly, I'm just trying to be break even on the day. So, all right, Sagar, appreciate it, man. It's good seeing you. Yeah, guys, I'm probably gonna end this out. Obviously, I'm gonna stay here for the majority of the day to see if I can, well, I say the majority of the day. I'll probably be here a little bit, we'll say, off and on, just seeing if I can catch some good trades. I'll probably set some alerts. and I'll probably see what I can do to put myself in the green. I would really like to. I mean, basically, I'm break even today. Basically, I'm starting with a fresh, clean slate right now, and I would like to figure out a way to potentially come in and make 200-300 bucks later in the day. So hopefully, when I do the recap later on, I will have ended on a good day. So anyway, hope this was a good time for you guys in the live stream. Thank you as always for coming through, and I mean tomorrow's the last day of the week. We'll see if we can pull something out tomorrow. Hopefully we can, and yeah. All right, guys. I'll see you. Take care.